I genuinely have no idea why I do these things to myself, but Panera has some new items. There were some comments saying, hey, go try Panera's new items. Every once in a while, Panera drops a banger, but it's very rare. The new rule, since we are on location, is that if there's no loud music, like super loud music, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to try it in the store. So I already placed my order. It's like in the pickup counter, and let's see what's in on. So first things first, I spent $41.84 on this. And this is what I got. I got 1/2 of a chicken salad sandwich, 2 sandwiches, and 2 cookies for 40 bucks. So we're already off to a good start. So I'm gonna start off with the fromage croissant toast sandwich. Let me just open this thing up, but it's melt provolone and American cheese, caramelized onion, arugula, and garlic aioli drizzle on a buttery croissant toast. That sounds wonderful. This is bittersweet as hell. I'm gonna tell you why in a second. This is toasted. The edges of this though are like, eh. But when you get to the inside of this, it's actually damn good. I'm not gonna lie. It's got that sharp cheese, but these really sweet caramelized onions. And then it's also super garlicky from the aioli. Their garlic aioli is like really garlicky, which I'm not mad. It's more like a garlic spread. And it is pretty decent. The bad part is it doesn't cost $9. But I think I said before, every once in a while Panera hits you off with a banger. And today's that day. It's a glorified grilled cheese, but it's like super kicked up. Like, this is delicious. Delicious. Like, I would eat this whole damn thing. Even though it is $10, I feel like I got ripped off, but still. Off taste alone, that's one of the better grilled cheese I've had from like any of these places like this. I'm bittersweet. It's $8 for this, $7.89. You could do a lot worse. I'm gonna give that an 8.5. I hate when I like Panera stuff, bro, but I gotta be honest. This next one, this is called a Croissant Masir. Masir? I can't speak French, bro, so please don't laugh at me. But it's basically a ham and cheese, but it's Black Forest ham with provolone and Asiago, caramelized onion, Gruyere spread in their same croissant bread. My expectations just got a lot higher. These look good, man. Damn. They're good. They're both good. They're both good. Again, because it's croissant bread, it's really buttery. You get a good amount of ham. And this Gruyere spread really just makes like a creamy cheese, because that's what Gruyere is, obviously, is cheese. So it just makes for a really creamy sandwich with more cheese on it. They're like kicked up grilled cheeses. I'm not gonna sit here. If you get a good soup with this, I know some of y'all are Panera fans. I think you'll really like these. For real. I'm in shock. I'm giving both of these an 8.5. Again, this one is $9.29 because they added ham up. $10 is crazy. But if I'm just talking about taste, it's fire. I'm not gonna insult anybody's intelligence. I understand. Most people know Panera is expensive. You're not gonna walk in here expecting a deal. It's just not how it works, so you know the price point. Like, the majority of people in here, now I'm looking around, they're all on their computers, they're doing work. Like, I probably got money. Apparently this is a popular item, and it's in season. It's not new, but this is their Mexican street corn chowder. Why does everybody use street corn when it's really not street corn? It's more like a corn chowder. You can just tell. Like, street corn has different ingredients that I don't really see in here, but this is it's more, yeah, it's a thicker chowder. Like, some chowders you get are really runny, but this one's more like a stew, which is how I like my chowder. So this has corn, peppers, potatoes, chili, lime, and cilantro. 3 for 3. Listen, I'm not a Panera fan, but I'm not going to sit here and butcher something if I actually think it is good. My favorite corn chowder is from Wawa. This is light years better than the Wawa one. It really does pop with lime and a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of this heat from this chili powder. There's a ton of potatoes in here and a ton of corn. And it's really thick. So if you got one of these, this is literally the best Panera that I've ever. I am not a Panera fan. Y'all said you gotta try it. That's why we try things. Because this soup, it bangs. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is one of the best soups I've had from any place I've ordered soup from as far as like a franchise. Wow. We do the ham? I'm not joking. This is actually worth a trip at Panera. That's like a 9.2, I swear. Of course, franchise scale. Gotta extrapolate that, but this made me, I would go to Panera just for this. Downside, we already know. But this soup, I'm gonna check my cheat sheet. Okay, that's for the bowl. Hold on, let me look at the cup. You saw my face. It's $7, bro. The Wawa's is like $3. I think I'd still rather get the $3 soup, but if I'm feeling kind of spicy, I'm not gonna lie. If you can make me a fan of anything from Panera, you have to know I'm not kidding. That's fire, bro. I think it's time to come back to reality. I think I've said this before. I'm not really like a fan of getting other people's chicken salads or tunas or things like that, but this was new. We tried the chicken salad from Jersey Mike's. I said, what the hell? This is like, I don't know, bro. This is just not my cup of. This looks like, is that celery? Okay, we're gonna do it anyway. So this is their cranberry walnut chicken salad. So obviously diced chicken, but dried cranberries and walnuts. And then it says tossed with a creamy dressing. Doesn't say what kind. And then you get mixed greens and tomatoes on their rustic sourdough. I've said this a billion times, bro. I'm really weird about eating people's chicken salad. It's really, even with the cranberries, which I got like 3 in that bite, and the walnuts, which are strangely, oddly, I've heard people do this with their chicken salad. Also apples, I heard. I really don't like that. The contrast of the walnut and like that kind of mushy chicken is not for me. It doesn't, it's kind of bland. It says it has a creamy dressing, but I don't know what kind of dressing's on here. All the cranberries right there. This is like the raisins and potato salad thing, bro. I feel like it's doing too much. And at the same time, doing nothing at all. $7 for this is about what you expect at Panera. But I still have walnut stuck in my teeth. The biggest disappointment of it, even though there's raisins, I'm sorry. There's cranberries, there's walnuts, and it says a creamy dressing. It really just tastes like if you opened up a can, like canned chicken, and just dumped it on bread. Like there's nothing, I don't taste any dressing whatsoever. There is also celery in here, which I don't care for, but that's not like the deal breaker. The biggest deal breaker are those walnuts and the fact that it doesn't taste like anything even with them. So this is not for me. I know there's people that believe in that raisins or cranberries and salad type of stuff, but that's just not my thing. That gets a straight up 1 out of 10 for me. Like this is awful. I would get those, the buttery, all this is, I need that back. This thing's probably gonna be really short, but this is apparently also popular back in season. They have Tulip Cookies. The thing that might save this though, this is a shortbread cookie. It's obviously in the shape of a tulip. It's got that decorative icing on here that sometimes just has a really weird aftertaste to me. But I like shortbread cookies, so maybe. This is delicious. I never thought I'd go to Panera and actually like be like, oh, this is pretty good. Overpriced as hell. But shortbread just has a very distinctive taste that I grew up eating these ones called Born a Dune, like these shortbread crackers, cookies. My mom used to get them all the time. and this tastes like that, but like an extrapolated, slightly butterier, slightly more buttery version. The icing is sweet. It has a texture of candle wax, but it doesn't taste like candle wax. And I could do without the icing, but the cookie is actually good. Yeah. If you just give me a shortbread cookie, I'd probably give this a 9. With the icing, it takes it down to a 7.5. Again, it's more of the texture of the icing. You can even tell it looks like candle wax. So that part's not for me, but overall, I'm not disappointed in that. The only thing is, this cookie, I'm gonna say the price is on all this stuff. It was $3.39. I'm not even complaining at this point. Again, I walked into Panera and ordered food. I know it's gonna be that price. Well, I'm not mad. I just want people to know what they're getting into before they get into it. Because I know some of y'all, when I say certain things, y'all are like, that's too overpriced. I'm telling y'all beforehand. But I know there's a lot of fans of Panera. And I think all this stuff was pretty likable. But there's one more thing here. This is one that everybody said I had to try. And that's this $5, it's a big cookie though. This is like the size of like a Chip City or like a crumble I do on the second channel. It's about that size. So it's not a small cookie. Like this is big. But this is their kitchen sink. So it has sweet chocolate, milk chocolate, caramel, pretzels, and then it has salt on the top. I think this is gonna hit. Let me just get a test here. This might hit right away. I've always said this, and I'll stand by that. Panera's bakery I have no issues with. None. This is sweet and salty. If you ever had like trail mix with the pretzels and like the M&M pieces, where you get that kind of, it's very much like that. They were at the airport, so if you hear that plane, shouldn't hear it though. But these little pieces of like baked caramel, so they're kind of sticky, but 2 different kinds of chocolate in here with the semi-sweet, which is a little more of that bitter, and then the milk chocolate, which is obviously sweeter. And then I'm getting these crunchy, salty pretzel pieces, and there's a ton of all of that in here. I would venture to say that if Panera marketed this differently, we've been doing a lot of those cookie reviews on the second channel. I'd put this up with any of them. Like, it even costs the same. If Panera marketed their cookies, built like a brick and mortar shop, and changed their name to like the cookie shop, and sold their cookies like this in 6-packs, people would buy it. This is how I want my cookie baked. It's soft baked. It's not doughy. Yeah. This is elite. Best Panera meal I've ever gotten. Ever. And I'm gonna give this a 9.4 out of 10. The one thing I will say, this has to be popular, because I'm looking in the app right now. There's only 2 left. And it's like 3 in the afternoon. It's also 820 calories. So steer clear of that. The only thing I say is you might get some flavor fatigue, because with the pretzels and the fact that there's flake salt on here, it is a little salty, but I actually like it on this. It wants to be sweet and salty. So after this cookie, I'm more than good. Overall, this is easily the most shocking Panera meal I've ever gotten. If you factor in the price, yeah, it's overpriced. I have always said Panera is overpriced hospital food. I've been one of Panera's biggest haters, but I don't walk in saying I'm gonna automatically not like something. So I try to judge the individual and not the whole thing. This still isn't my favorite place, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. This is, I would come here just for that soup and the cookie. I also like those sandwiches, but paying $10 for that, not for me. But I would come in here and get like a soup and a sandwich and that cookie and be hella satisfied. I also see a lot of people like editing and stuff, so that's the kind of like their target. You know, Starbucks is the same way. I get it. Maybe we'll do Starbucks, because I've actually never eaten Starbucks food. Let me know in the comments if this does well. There's a Starbucks here, around here, and we'll just go there. But I'm pretty satisfied, and I'm shocked. So yeah, more in-restaurant reviews. I'm obviously not talking loud because I know there's people like working, so I'm kind of talking, but I have the mic close, so I know y'all can still hear me. But like I said, if there's no music that's super loud, then I'm just gonna eat inside. And hopefully y'all enjoy that. But that's gonna be the end of the video, man. And we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.